Where have all the houses gone? The inventory of homes for sale right now is crazy low. And the pandemic's definitely part of the problem, part of the reason, but it's not the whole story. But before we dive into that, be sure to click the subscribe link down below and subscribe to our channel here to get all the most recent updates on the real estate market, real estate sales, careers, eXp Realty, and all that stuff. So click subscribe down below, and then let's jump in. A recent report I saw on CNBC Network said that so far in 2021, there were 207,000 homes that should have been listed across the country, should have been listed that weren't. There is definitely a record-shattering decline in the number of homes for sale, what we call the inventory. This is a result of years of steady erosion, though. This didn't happen overnight. It's just that it's worse now. The shortage has certainly accelerated. The number of homes available for sale has dropped dramatically. So where have all the houses gone and why? Well, like I said, the pandemic certainly caused some of this, right? You know, you've heard people say, we hear people say, who wants to sell a house in the middle of a pandemic? Who wants a bunch of strangers trampling through the house, touching your stuff? Like, certainly there's a part of the population that just doesn't want that. So thus they haven't even considered selling a home, putting their home on the market. A lot of homeowners are baby boomers. A huge part of the market of homeowners are baby boomers and older folks. And they're a group that's certainly at heightened risk during this pandemic. They probably, a lot of them anyway, just weren't coming to market. You know, basically just out of abundance of caution, these folks were just staying put. And to be clear, it's not just the seniors, the baby boomers that think this way. They just happen to be the largest portion of the homeowners that might have listed that probably didn't. There's way more to it than this, though. Part of it is what I call a vicious circle here, where many people who might become sellers, homeowners that might sell their home, aren't doing it because they don't know where they go. They don't know that there's a house they would buy if they sell theirs, and they don't want to become homeless, so they don't put their home on the market because there's nothing for them to buy. And thus the vicious circle, the downward spiral, another home that doesn't go on the market because of the market. And then it just keeps perpetuating itself. So when people choose not to sell for that reason, it keeps reducing the potential inventory that might be coming on the market. It's a vicious circle. Another factor to consider in this whole equation is the crazy low interest rates we've seen, in the past year. A tremendous amount of people, a tremendous amount of homeowners have refinanced their home loans during this time of these crazy low interest rates. And so now they have a very low mortgage rate with a very low monthly payment. And many people are completely comfortable with that, happy enough in their homes with the crazy low payments they have. There's not a lot of motivation for those people to sell. Frankly, the folks that just came out of a refinance probably aren't coming to market anytime soon. And then there's the new construction factor. In the past, home builders were building a lot of homes that fed a supply of homes for sale. Like, there was always homes coming there. There would be a lot of spec homes, or market homes as we may call them, in a wide variety of price ranges. Today, with the quickly rising costs of building materials, new construction home prices have escalated a lot. Meaning, in the entry level, the first move up kind of price points, there just really isn't any new construction in a lot of these areas. And then there's the institutional investor. Who's that? Institutional investors, a lot of times people might call these Wall Street companies, or publicly funded companies at the very least. But institutional investors are companies, large companies, that over the course of a number of years, and frankly, this isn't even something that you don't hear a lot of talk about this when people talk about, what's the inventory problem, what's causing it, what are those things. This is a pretty large one. There's all these institutional investors that are buying up large blocks of homes and holding them, single family homes. They're buying them and holding them and renting them. And that's their play. They're not flipping them, they're holding them to rent. And they've taken off thousands and thousands of homes out of the real estate market that they're not coming for sale. Now there could come a point where home prices get high enough that these companies look at the potential profit, the potential return they could get, and they might start to sell off some of that inventory. But I've seen really no indication or emphasis that that might be happening. They're content to hold these properties. Their asset value is increasing dramatically. They're getting a good return on the property. Rents are high. So it's not likely you're going to see them start to dump that inventory, but they've certainly bought a lot of the inventory. And this has been happening over the course of a number of years. This isn't a new trend. In fact, it's been going on probably for 10 years now. And so there's some missing inventory right there that's probably not coming to market anytime soon. So what's going to change this? Good question. More new construction would certainly help, but honestly, I don't think that's going to happen. Certainly not in the price ranges where we really, really need the increased inventory. Home builders certainly can add to the upper end price points and add inventory in there, and in some areas more than others that's needed too. But at that first time home buyer, first move up, that entry level type thing, there's just not a lot of hope that new construction is going to fix the inventory issue. As the pandemic comes to a close, there probably will be a few more listings come on the market, but frankly, not a dramatic amount, I don't think, and certainly not enough to meet the demand of all the buyers that are in the market right now. So I don't think that's going to fix things. I think it'll help a little bit short term. I do think we'll start to see a few more listings come to market as the end of the pandemic nears. But at least for the foreseeable future, this severe shortage of homes for sale, this low inventory level, I don't see it changing much. I certainly don't see it changing in 2021. I don't see any large economic factor that's going to make things change in any way. So, I think this is just, for now, this is the market we're in. It's today's reality. We'll always continue to be watching trends. We're always watching for indicators that things are changing. But for right now, what we see is a pretty hot real estate market. It's unbelievably hot if you're a seller in such a great way. If you're a buyer, I think you just have to see the opportunity here is that while you may be paying more for a home than you like to be paying for it, you're borrowing the money at such a cheap level with a low interest rates that you can still at least one side of the perspective say you got a good deal there. So if you have any questions about this, if you have a home to sell, or any questions about the real estate market, please feel free to reach out to us. I'll talk to you soon.